Hello guys, this is my first attempt on an online platform like YouTube. Myself G.S. Khairnar. I am working in a St. Xavier's Junior College, Mahad, in the Raigad district. Now, as we are in a impact of Corona, we shall study online. So, just to help students, I am trying this. So, we will begin with the first lesson on this platform is current electricity. Already you are well familiar with the concept related to current and potential differences. You know that what is current is equals to, then according to definition, current is rate of flow of charge. Therefore, we define current I is equals to Q upon T. What is potential difference? Then you know that to bring the charge from one terminal of conductor to another terminal, we need that energy. The energy is provided by the means of cell. So we call them as source of potential difference. Therefore, we will say work done by charge. Here we call the potential difference V is equals to W upon Q. To relate these both terms, Ohm defined a law we called Ohm's law, which is stated as potential difference across terminals of the conductor is directly proportional to the current flowing through the terminals, current flowing through the wire. Therefore, V directly proportional to I. V is equals to I into R, where R is constant. We called it as what? Resistance. And you know that resistance R can be found out by V upon I. These all the basics were there in a standard 9, 10 and 11. But to study some complicated circuit, because you know that there are some limitations for Ohm's law, that it cannot be applied for higher potential differences. Heat increases the resistance, and therefore Ohm's law cannot be completely utilized for all the types of circuits. So to describe complicated circuit, or we call complex circuits, one important laws are used. We call Kirchhoff's laws. But before explaining Kirchhoff's laws, we need to explain 2 points. First is the junction. So, junction is any point in an electric circuit, where current are coming or leaving from different directions. So any point in electric circuit, if I draw simple circuit with number of cells, then A, B, C, these are two cells connected to circuit A, B, C, D, E, F, G. Then point B I can call junction. Why? Because current is passing through point A, if I can say I1, current passing through point C is say I2. So current I1 and I2 are meeting at point B, hence it is called as what? Junction. So Kirchhoff gives two laws to us. The first law is called Kirchhoff's junction law. Then, according to Kirchhoff's junction law, the statement is very simple. Algebraic sum of all currents at any junction is always zero. That is, summation of I is equals to 0. This law is equivalent to law of conservation of charges. Now what is the logic behind this? Here, if I will say A is a point, act as junction, then suppose some currents are coming toward junction from certain points, say current I1 is coming toward junction, current I2 is coming toward junction, say current I4 is also coming toward junction. But from the same point, current I3 and current I5 are leaving from the junction. Then point A can be called as junction. Current coming toward junction are treated as positive. So currents coming toward junction are positive, whereas currents leaving junction are treated as what? Negative. That current I1 plus I2 plus I4 equal to current I3 plus current I4. These all are currents coming towards junction, and these are all currents which are leaving the junction. So current coming toward junction is equals to current leaving the junction. That means no actually current remains at the given junction. Hence we call algebraic sum of all currents at any junction is always equals to 0. Now we'll learn Kirchhoff's second law, which is called as Kirchhoff's voltage law. The statement is quite simple here again, but this law is applicable for closed electrical network. So for closed loop of electric network, algebraic sum of potential differences across all devices plus algebraic sum of all EMFs is 0. That is, algebraic sum of potential difference, that is product of current and resistor, plus algebraic sum of EMF is equals to 0. This law is equivalent to law of conservation of energy. This law is equivalent to law of conservation of energy. To explain this law, consider a complicated or complex circuit with some resistors connected with more than one cell. Say E1 and E2 with the EMF of the cell connected across number of resistors, say R1, R2, R3, R4, R5 and R6. Okay, let current I1 started flowing through through resistor R1. Say if I label the circuit as A, B, C, D, E, F, then current I2 say is due to cell E2. Then you can see at point B, current I1 is coming towards point B and current I2 is also coming towards point B. So for E1, current is conventional and for E2 also it is conventional. So the sign conventions which are used here are very important to learn. First sign convention, that potential difference which are due to conventional direction of currents are taken. Conventional direction of current are taken as negative. Means if I apply cycle A, B, E, F, A, so for loop A, B, E, F, A, current I1 will flow through R6 also and through R5 also. So it is along the cycle, therefore all the potential differences, that is I1 R1, I1 R6, I2, I1 R5 all are negative, but the EMF here should be taken as positive, and therefore in the circuit summation of potential difference plus summation of EMF is equals to 0.